All right, let's dive into a fun little mystery today. It's all about what happens when a tea box tells you one thing, but the tea inside tells a whole different story.
Okay, let's get right to the evidence. So on the left, you see the box. It says Tieguanyin, loud and clear. But on the right, well, that's what was actually in the bag. Just take a look. Those long, skinny leaves, they don't look anything like what the box is promising, do they? So what's going on here? So we've got one box, but it seems to be holding two completely separate identities. Let's start our investigation and figure out what's what.
You know, the first step in any good mystery is to start with what you think you know. The box says Tieguanyin. So what does that actually mean? What should we have found when we opened it up?
This brings us to our first big clue. What is authentic Tieguanyin Oolong tea, anyway? Once we understand what it's supposed to be, we'll see just how different our evidence really is.
The number one giveaway for a real Tieguanyin is its shape. The leaves are rolled into these really tight, dense little balls. And there's this wonderful, almost poetic way to describe it. Dragonfly head, spiral body, frog legs. It just perfectly captures that compact, coiled shape, just waiting to burst open in hot water.
But it's more than just shape. Tieguanyin is famous for something called Guanyin charm. Now, this isn't just one particular taste. It's the whole package. It's this amazing combination of aroma, the way it feels in your mouth, and the finish it leaves behind. It's what makes this oolong so legendary. So what does this charm actually feel like? Well, you can break it down into three parts. First, you get this beautiful, natural orchid smell. Then, when you take a sip, the tea feels rich and mellow. It's got body to it. And finally, it leaves you with this amazing, sweet aftertaste that just sticks around. It's incredible. Okay, so that's what should have been in the box. Now let's turn our attention back to the evidence, to what we actually found, these long, needle-shaped leaves. I mean, just look at this again. This is our primary evidence, right here. These leaves are long, they're straight, they're delicate. They look absolutely nothing like those tightly rolled dragonfly heads we were just talking about. This is a whole different animal. Based on what we're seeing, we can pretty confidently say this is a white tea, and it's almost certainly silver needle. You can see those classic, long, straight tea needles. And if you look close, they're covered in these tiny, fine white hairs. That's the Baihao, which gives them that signature silvery green look. And the way this tea is made tells a totally different story, too. See, unlike a complex oolong, white tea is super minimalistic. It's basically just two steps. You let the leaves wither, and then you dry them. That's it. No rolling, no heavy roasting. It's all about keeping it natural.
And that incredibly simple process is the whole secret. By doing as little as possible to the leaves, you preserve their delicate nature. And what you get is a flavor that's really light, sweet, and just so refreshing.
So, we've looked at what the box promised, and we've examined the leaves we actually got. The clues are all here. I think it's time to bring it all together and figure this thing out once and for all.
And here it is, all laid out. The contrast couldn't be clearer, right? For shape, we have a ball versus a needle. For tea type, a semi-fermented oolong versus a slightly fermented white tea. And for flavor, rich and floral versus light and sweet. The verdict is in. These are two completely, fundamentally different teas.
So, mystery solved, right? Case closed. Well, hang on. Not quite. Because solving the mystery is really only half the battle. Knowing this tea's real identity is absolutely essential so you can brew it the right way and get the best flavor. This is where it gets practical. Here's the key. The single biggest difference between brewing these two teas comes down to one thing: the temperature of your water. If you get this wrong, you'll either get a weak, flavorless cup, or you'll completely burn the delicate leaves. For that true Tieguanyin, you need that water boiling, a full 100 degrees Celsius. Those super tight little balls of tea need that intense heat to really force them to open up and release all that deep, complex flavor and that famous orchid aroma. But for our silver needle, no way. You have to back off the heat. Using water that's cooled down to around 90 degrees Celsius is perfect. It's hot enough to brew, but not so scorching that it scalds those delicate, fuzzy little duds. It protects that sweet, gentle character. You know, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that a tea's shape is its most honest feature. It's speaking to you. A rolled ball and a straight needle are telling you two totally different stories about what they are and exactly how they want to be treated.
So, what started as just a simple mix-up in a box actually ends with a pretty great lesson. And it makes you wonder, right? Was it just a mistake? Or was it maybe an unexpected invitation?
An invitation to look a little closer, to ask questions, and maybe find a new favorite tea you never would have even tried. After all, sometimes the best discoveries are found in the wrong box.